Hey folks, it's Lauren from Snowy's here with the Cedar Summit Traveller Down Sleeping Bag.
Hit it.
This lightweight and compact sleeping bag has 650 plus fill power duck down. It's ideal for warmer adventures or a packable extra layer when traveling, which easily converts to a blanket. Hold up fam, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any awesome content on the Snowy's channel. Let's get into it. So your sleeping bag will come in a storage cell like so, which is where you want to keep it between uses so your down's not fully compressed all the time. You get a swing tag with a bit of extra information and a nifty little Cedar Summit carabiner. And you'll also get your down certificate, which is all of the testing information for the batch of down that's in your particular bag. So different bags with a different batch might have a little bit of a different rating on that certificate, but it will all be meeting the minimum standards in the specifications. And you'll also get your little storage sack as compression sack as well, which I'll show you more of towards the end of the video. Now the Traveller itself is a 7-degree sleeping bag. Now your EN testing standards for sleeping bags will give you 3 different ratings. The primary ones are going to be your comfort rating and your lower limit. Now according to those standards, a unisex bag or a male person sleeping will be comfortable at the lower limit, whereas a female person will be comfortable at the comfort. So being a unisex bag, it is advertised at the lower limit or that comfort level of 7, whereas the standard the lower limit of 7, whereas the comfort rating is 11. So if you are a woman and you're looking at the Traveller, go more off of this 11-degree bag. But as I said, being a unisex bag, we're going by the 7-degree specified lower limit there. So the Traveller comes in 2 different lengths. We've got this one here, which is our regular length. So again, being a unisex bag, this is going to suit users up to 185 centimeters tall. And then you have your long length, which is going to suit users up to around about 198 centimeters tall. And the difference between your regular size is around about 600 grams, moving up to your long size, which is about 674 grams, 75 grams, like so. So the external shell of the bag is a recycled 20 denier nylon, which you can see has got a nice little ripstop woven through it. And it's also treated with a DWR, which is a down water repellency to keep your bag nice and dry. Not waterproofing, but a water repellency, which is really important when you've got your down bag. The inside of the sleeping bag as well is a 20 denier nylon, which is nice and sort of soft and silky to the touch there. It's really nice on the skin. And we've got our big square baffles that are filled with a 650 plus fill power duck down. Now, as you can see, there's quite a lot of loft in there. Even though it's a 7-degree bag, there's not a huge amount of down in there, but what is there is really filling up and lofting up really nicely. So at the top of the bag, around the neck here, at the top of our zip, we've got a little press stud feature here, which helps to keep your zip all together in the sleeping bag nice and anchored when it's fully zipped up. And we've also got our soft touch adjusting toggle here, which you can pull and really cinch in that top of the bag around you as well. We do have one singular, I'm just straighten all this one out again. We do have a singular zip here. Now that's going to go all the way down to the foot of the sleeping bag. There is a little easy pull toggle here, and we've also got a zip-plow, which helps for the zip to sort of move freely. Any sort of tangles with the zip or twists or anything like that gets sorted out by this zip-plow. Also means that there's less chance of any fabric or material getting caught in that zipper as well. And that's going to travel all the way down the full length of the bag to where we have our secondary zip slider. So the zip can be opened from either end. And this is obviously where we're going to fully open it out as a blanket, which I'll show you a bit later on. And we've also got another soft touch adjuster to toggle down the base here. So if we do want to convert this to a sleeping bag, it's just a matter of pressing down on this button here and pulling that strap all the way through to cinch up the bottom of the bag, which then gives us that sleeping bag sort of set up for it. So I'm just going to hop in the bag now. I'm around about 170 here, and this is the unisex bag, so that's designed for people up to around about 185 centimeters. So it should be totally roomy on me. Like so, there we go. Laying down on the bag here, gonna pull that zip all the way up. So cinching up the bag at the base does take up a little bit of the overall length. I've got my feet, just going to wriggle my feet sort of down there to the maximum depth in the bag of my feet that I would want it to be in. And as you can see, there's still plenty of room. The bag like goes right up over my head. So in terms of being 170, there's plenty of height in this bag as a unisex bag. There's lots of room. I've got heaps of room to sort of move my hands around, heaps of room to move my legs. And I think it's about 16 degrees here where we're filming today, and it's a 7-degree bag, and it's definitely adding heaps of warmth to me. Right now here, just laying on the mat, I can definitely feel my body starting to warm up. So I can easily also reach this adjustment toggle here and sort of pull that right in to cinch it around me if I want to sort of keep a bit of additional and extra warmth in, like so. I will now release out this soft touch toggle here and hop out of the bag, and we'll open it up like a blanket. So we'll go right the way to the bottom here and release out that base of the cinch there. So that's fully opened up the Traveller now. Once we undo the zip here, we've got sort of like a nice big blanket that does taper down a little bit. Now, obviously the name being Traveller does sort of lend a good suggestion as to what this bag would be ideal for. Perhaps if you're on a bus or a train or even an aeroplane and you're wanting something that will give you a little bit of extra warmth, you can still cinch along the top here, which is a cool idea if you want to sort of bring that in a little bit. Maybe you are sitting in your chair and you're feeling like you want to have a bit of a snooze. You can use that cinch in to come a bit around your neck, but you've also got a little pocket there that it creates where it can just sort of sit on your shoulder without having to be fully in a bag. You even have the option then, if you want to, of rejoining your zipper at the base here, like so, and then bringing the zip up, maybe, you know, say a third of the way potentially, or even a little bit less, cinching in the feet. That gives you that little bit of extra versatility. Again, say you're sitting in an airplane, you're on a chair, you can tuck your feet into the bottom of the Traveller bag with that little sort of pocket, foot pocket you've just created. You can have your cinch up the top where the top of it is going to sort of catch on your shoulders there. You've still got your arms out and about. You can use them and move them around. You've got the sides open. It is still a blanket, but it just gives you that little bit of extra versatility. So the other awesome thing for a little Traveller blanket or a Traveller sleeping bag is obviously going to be its packability. So I'll show you how it will pack into this little compression sack and see how small we can get it. So being a down bag, you're also going to want to be stuffing it into the sack instead of rolling it up. That will help to keep the loft of the bag intact as well. And it's also going to make you have a much sort of smaller overall pack size when you're stuffing it in too. So I'm nearly finished now, getting the last of that air out and tucking my little bit of an extra little bit of string there. Now it does come, this compression sack that it comes with is a 5 litre size sack, and when you compress it down you should be getting it around about the 3 litre mark, maybe 3.5 litre mark there. So I'm just going to clip these up like so. So now with a little bit of an effort there, not a huge amount, but just with a little bit of effort, I've been able to fully compress that bag down to the absolute limit of the compression straps on the bag that this comes with. So as you can see, it's fairly small. It's also packed into a compression sack that's ovular shape instead of round. So it is going to be saving a lot more room in your pack, making it a lot easier to fit in amongst other things. So that's comparing it to a 1 litre Nalgene bottle here, and it's probably a similar size to a down jacket that I have, for example. So as you can see, it's nice and compact. It's really lightweight. It's obviously not going to be an ideal bag for you if you're camping or hiking or anything like that, but it's a really great option to have in your kit if you're a bit of a traveller, or potentially if you're just going for a lightweight, warm weather adventure and you just need a layer on top of you to keep you a little bit extra warm. I reckon it's potentially something I'm going to add to my kit, even just for potentially wintry sport sidelines to keep myself warm. Anyway, that is it for the Cedar Summit Traveller Down Sleeping Bag. You can get this at snowies.com.au at our low prices every day.